That's amazing.
Today's video is sponsored by Cricut, and I could not be more excited. All right, so I am in the classroom of Mrs. Barkley. She was my daughter's first and second grade teacher. This year she is teaching second grade, and she's also a busy mom. She is a volleyball coach, and of course she is a teacher. But she is very busy, and to try to get your classroom together, I'm sure is so overwhelming. So I wanted to help her out and help her organize some parts of her room and just make things a little bit easier for her for the new school year. I want to show a simple room tour in parts of the room that I will be working on. I did keep a lot of it personal because she does have a lot of photos of kiddos from the previous years. So I did keep one area of her room very private since it is very personal. So I just wanted to share with you guys what it looks like before. She did let me into her classroom the day she opened her doors. So, I mean, it's going to be some really great before and after photos. But this year I wanted to give back in a small way by helping one of our amazing teachers. I already said Mrs. Barkley, with a classroom makeover with the help of Cricut. So I just wanted to make a little something, help organize to make the school year smoother, brighter, and more joyful. She absolutely deserves it. Then here is another before as well. So this is after she got half of her classroom together. I really wanted to do these book bins. This was such a large wall space, and it does look a little messy. Things are a little broken, but she does work with first and second graders, so things happen. But for this project, I used my Cricut Maker 3 along with smart vinyl to create custom labels for the classroom's book bins. This part of the room was a huge focal point, so I really wanted the labels to look clean, bold, and professional. I started by going into Cricut Design Space and creating my own label designs from scratch. I chose a fun but easy to read font to make it simple for students to quickly find books they're looking for. So that was one of Mrs. Barkley's requests, was just to make all the fonts very simple. She didn't want capital letters in the middle of words, especially when you are teaching first graders how to spell. You do not want a capital B or capital N in anything. So I did use the font Cricut Sans for pretty much everything that I decided to make for this classroom. So once I finalized the layout and text, I used smart vinyl so I didn't have to fuss with a mat. Super convenient, and it speeds things up. After I cut it, I carefully weeded each label. So I just used transfer tape to apply them straight onto the plastic bins, and it made such a big difference in the overall look of the space. Everything feels so much more organized, polished, and ready for the school year. There was also some larger bins on top of her book library. So I just wanted to go ahead and I grabbed these galvanized tags from the Dollar Tree and just added more specific details to these. So she had a bin with just Dr. Seuss, Piggy and Elephant. There was some sports, animals, all sorts of things like that. So I just wanted to make sure that these stayed organized, but I just wanted to do it a little bit different. So I did swap out some of the bins just to give some extra space, but I also didn't like the overhang of some of the bins, so I did just want to replace those as well. Not only did I just add some labels and decals and some galvanized tags, I did organize everything for her along with clean all of these bookshelves. So I did not slack. I did not lack anything when it came to making sure that this area was perfect for her. So this is what it looks like when it is done. I added extra labels that I didn't even think I was going to, and I just think this turned out so good. I just wanted to make sure that everything looked perfect and she wouldn't have to fix anything or rearrange anything for the new year. And I love the tags. I just think this turned out so good. I did replace all of the bins that were blue with some white ones, so they all matched perfectly. First day I walked into Mrs. Barkley's room, we did talk about things that she wanted in her classroom, things she wanted to change, things she wanted to keep the same. And the one thing that she wanted was a different type of pencil holder. So I did end up replacing just a basket of pencils with this really fun and functional pencil holder for the classroom. So I used Cricut Premium Vinyl in a classic pencil theme colors, yellow for the body, pop-up pink for the eraser, silver gray to represent the metal tip. Let's be real, students lose pencils all the time, so every classroom needs a backup stash. I thought this would be a great way to keep extra pencils handy while also adding a little personality to the space. Pencil image is a pre-made design from Cricut Design Space. You can type in pencil to find it, but I've also linked all my Design Space project files in the description. And then I also just used that Cricut Sans font once again because I wanted this to be easy to read for the students. Once everything was cut, I weeded the design and used transfer tape to apply it onto this pencil holder. Now, she really wanted one that was like the straws that you just add straws to, just so you can click the bottom, and it was good to go. So once I added these pencils in at home, I brought it to her classroom and I was like, okay, she does have a little please sharpen. Obviously, she does use Cricut as well. So I thought this was a really cute little bin to put them in. So I figured I would just add the pencils that were already sharp into this pencil holder and then just add the ones to the side in case she needs any extra for the school year. So for this project, I used iron-on vinyl to make some cute and colorful pillowcases for the wooden benches in Mrs. Barkley's classroom. The goal was to create a cozy little reading area where students could sit with a pillow, get comfortable while they read, or just to add some bright, cheerful decor that makes the space feel more welcoming. So that space is next to the book bins that I did. So I wanted to make sure that there was just still a little bit of color over there, since I did replace some color with just black and white bins and vinyl decals. So Cricut Design Space has so many adorable pre-made images and phrases that are perfect for classroom settings. So instead of creating something from scratch, which I am honestly not good at, so I am so glad Cricut's Design Space has so many great images, I customized colors of letters to coordinate with classroom's theme, lots of fun, vibrant tones to keep it fun and playful, but still cohesive. So I used my Cricut Maker 3 to cut out the designs in iron-on vinyl, press them onto plain pillow covers using my Cricut Easy Press 3. I love this thing. You can Bluetooth it to your phone and you don't even have to go to the heat guide. It kind of just guides you on your phone. It is honestly a lifesaver when it comes to using iron-on. So these pillows not only make reading bench more inviting, but they also bring some personality into the teacher's classroom. I'm not saying she doesn't have personality, because she absolutely does, but I just wanted to add a small DIY that adds both comfort and style. So I did end up making 2 pillow covers. I did just want a fun, colorful one. This second one, I love a good smiley face. I don't know if the first and second graders are going to, but it had a pop of color. I think smiley faces are super fun. So I just wanted to add one more pillow to this, and I think that these look great in her classroom. She does have a larger bench and a smaller bench. I decided just to place them on the larger bench for now, but look how cute these turned out. For this next project, I wanted to create a new lunch menu that would just make things really easy for the kids when they get to school and have to pick out their lunch choices. The teacher already had these set of magnets on hand, so I decided to go ahead and put those to good use. I really think teachers are very mindful when it comes to things that they have, so they save literally everything just in case they'll need it, and I think that is honestly really great. So at least nothing ever seems to go to waste. So I'm just going to go ahead and start cutting things out. I am using some cardstock to cut out some of these ovals, and then they do have 3 different options for lunch. So they have cold lunch, hot lunch, and then a fun lunch option, but the fun lunch changes from day to day. So I was trying to think of a way that would be functional and easy for Mrs. Barkley to switch the lunch options up. So once the cardstock was cut out, I just made like a peanut butter and jelly decal, nacho decal, yogurt and muffin. And then just to top this off, I wanted to just go ahead and laminate this, since I do know kids will be able to touch these things, and I will say I think kids like to pick things off, so we wanted to make sure that decal was safe and sound. So at the top of this whiteboard, I just picked up a brand new one from Amazon, and then I thought I would just have it going up and down just to make sure that there would be enough space for all the magnets. So I went ahead and just did the cold lunch at the top, fun lunch at the bottom, and hot lunch in the center. Now, obviously, we do need to add magnets to everything. Granted, the kiddos' names were already magnetic, so that was not a big deal. But for these, I did want to add magnet options to this. So when she was able to switch out these, we weren't going to have to use tape or anything like that. I did have these magnets on hand, so I just went ahead and added those to the back sides. I'm just using some Velcro command strips for these walls, just so if she does decide to take it down and move it somewhere else, she's able to do that without ruining the paint on the walls. Also just added this smaller container to the bottom. I added some magnets, so the fun lunch options were able to sit in there on days that they weren't being used, and also able to put the magnets with the kids' names on them, so it would be easy for them to be able to grab them and switch out for each day for their lunch. For this next DIY, I wanted to add a little personality to one of the bare spots in the teacher's classroom, the area above the sink. It was feeling a little plain, so I came up with a quick and easy solution: clipboard signs. I picked some of these clipboards up from the Dollar Tree, and I think this is a really inexpensive, budget-friendly way to add some fun decor to a classroom. I found all these images in Cricut's design space. Like I said, I love using all of their images on there. They always have some really great ones. I love this Longhorn / Highland cow for this clipboard, and I did go on Google to find some fun sayings or quotes for children's classrooms and school classrooms. So I wanted something appropriate. It's cool to wash your hands, and there's a cow with sunglasses. I thought that was a really fun one. And then this one, the cow is raising his hand, so I thought it'd be cute to do all hands to the pump, the soap pump. So I hope that the kiddos know exactly what this one means. This one was such a simple, fun project. It really transformed the space, and instead of a blank wall, there's a bit of humor and something cheerful for the kids to see as they wash their hands or fill up their water bottles. I know this is also a water bottle station, so I did just really want to keep this simple because I feel like water might be flying all over the place. But this was a quick DIY, but it was a fun impact on the space. Mrs. Barkley had several of these drawer carts in her classroom, but most of them are pretty worn out and well loved, definitely showing their age. So I wanted to surprise her with a fresh one and get it fully organized for the kids and the new school year. So I kept it kind of simple and used the same type of labels she had on the older cards. I did change up the font on here, and of course it has just one capital letter and the rest lowercase. I was sick of using the same font, so I just wanted something a little bit different on this. So I used my Cricut. I cut out vinyl labels for each drawer. For this, I actually just used the premium vinyl, nothing crazy, and just typed out words that I wanted to use for this cart. And I did keep it very simple and use the same exact ones on this side. So markers, crayons, scissors, glue sticks, all the essentials students reach for during the day. And then, of course, I did some organizing and taking care of everything, moving it from one cart to the other. So this is the only side that I decided to go ahead and label because the other side was full of educational toys. So I did not know what half of them were called. So I figured that she could just do that with her surprise at the end. Had some of these items already in her classroom, so I just added the gumball machine along with the sign that was on the other cart. So I figured it'd be okay if I moved them and added them to the new cart. She has this one right by her desk, and I think that this is going to be perfect for her. She's not going to have carts all over the room, and she really wants to change up some of the color of her classroom. So this gray and black and white, it just really sets the tone. The last thing I had to do in Mrs. Barkley's classroom was set up this incredible, generous gift from Cricut. A huge thank you to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. This classroom makeover truly wouldn't have been possible without their support. And you're going to see her reaction in a second when she goes to the door. She 100% saw the Cricut before anything else, which personally I cannot blame her, but her reaction was priceless.
Really excited. Oh my God.
So I set up everything on this side.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
That is so good.
You know, I just talked to the teacher over here, and she's like, oh, I saw her book library, and she goes, I want that.
Oh my gosh.
Pay attention to books when I open this. I'm like, this is not what I cut out. So, okay, so I just left it.
My chapter.
Could not already tell by the reaction when she walked through the door. It was priceless, and I am so grateful I was able to do this for Mrs. Barkley. So thank you again to Cricut for sponsoring today's video.